title receipt. It now prints the lemon law disclosure, which is nice. Dealer DMV was doing that too, and I think AutoPoint started doing that earlier this year. The Hope Scholarship form, the updated one, the DRHS one, the Florida Affidavit of Insurance, always prints 2 POAs for the new car. It's going to print 2 if it's a trade. And this one here prints an addendum to installment contract. That might be a setting. Not every dealership does this, because when I was at Off Lease, it wasn't printing this document. But it's good. It's kind of like a rescission agreement. Vehicle pollution control, that's the state form. The odometers always prints 2. The front page of the fee calculator, and I always make copies of the registration to keep in the deal, so we know exactly what tag the customer has and what we transferred and what we issued. And then this is our impact form. Eventually, this form here, we're going to go to laser, we'll print from our BMS.
And you can also print that from Title Tech.
You can, if you have a printer that can do the secured paper.
Yes.
We haven't had that system yet, but yes, I know you can.
Okay.
Which will probably be better.
Can you explain the impact form? What do you?
So the impact form actually are things that don't print from the laser or from the system, and they're not programmed into our T21 or AutoPoint to print from. So it prints from this old, ancient, older than you typewriter type printer with a ribbon, and this just populates the customer info, and basically they sign this as a reassignment. It's called the Florida Rainbow Forms.
Okay, got it.
Then on the next part of it, kind of, they're doing the same stuff again. We're actually able to pull on every trade the Title Tech T21 VIN inquiry, so we can verify even on a trade with a title, there's no other liens on it. Like we had an instance where there was one that popped up with a record lien. It's a lease. It's not the customer. We had to contact the bank. It's just something that the bank has going on with like one of these tow companies in Florida. So they're placing record liens on it, and it goes to the owner, and the owner is the lien holder.
Okay.
So they're clearing it for us, but it's able to show us any of that stuff. Title owner, any stops on the registration. This is just all that stuff. It prints vehicle payoff agreement on the trade, so even if there's no payoff, it still populates this form. Where it says 0, it says NA, so the customer's actually signing that there's no liens and encumbrances, so if something comes up, we know that they're liable. Vehicle pollution on the trade, which we need. Still prints the 2 POAs on the trade. Still prints the 2 odometer forms on the trade. Then obviously these are the impact forms for the trade. Would be nice if it could all come from one system. That's actually a good point to bring up, because our VP is working on with me a project to get everything to go laser, and we were going to print these secured forms from the DMS system right through the laser printer. But if you're saying it's capable to print them from the T21, it wouldn't matter, because I'll have a third tray with the secured paper, and I could just go then in that form and print it right from there.
It'll print from T21, but it still has to be on secured paper. So
we just have to know from T21, if you do hit that option, what tray to pull it from, because I'll probably have a 3-tiered tray, and it'll have the regular 8x11 paper, the legal, and then the secured paper.
Secure paper.
That's the way it's going on all the dealerships now, because we're trying to get rid of these. These are nothing but service calls and buying ribbons and buying contracts to put in there. It's just a waste of money.
So typically, what percentage of the deals that you make have trades?
In this store we do a lot of trades, so I'm going to probably say around 45 to 50% of my deals have trades. So we do a lot of trades. I think like almost every deal I did yesterday has a trade with it.
And typically when you do a trade, it's typically the plate on the trade that goes onto the new vehicle?
Typically, yes. We've had some instances where people are trading in multiple vehicles, so they might only take a tag from, we're going to take a tag from one of the cars, so it may not be trade 1, it might be trade 2, it's whatever they specify. So we'll just pick that when we go to select from transfer, and then look for that tag. Sometimes another good point about that, if a customer's record that we populate from the DMS with their license number in there, some cases they've had a tag that they're transferring that's not under their current customer number. It might have been a created customer number, so it doesn't pull their tag from transfer, and if they don't know the number, now I have to go into the customer, search for plates and do that whole inquiry, so it can show every plate that they had from their actual social security number. So that's something that I don't know if there's a way to make it pull all the records from that owner by the license number, by the name, by something.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
Because a lot of times what happens, the customer comes in, maybe they're not trading in a car, but they have a tag, they just forgot what the tag number is.
Yeah.
Okay, great, we'll look it up for you. Now you look it up, they have no paid tags or nothing to transfer from, but they probably do, it's just not pulling from their initial record. But somewhere under some customer number that might have been 10 years ago, they have a tag that you can cancel and replace and save $250.
Makes sense. Totally.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Also, let's say when title clerks are working on the deals, or when other people, when the state approves or rejects it, would you like to get some alerts on changes in the deal status?
I don't need that because that's what Rachel handles up there, so maybe she wants that access, because once I send the deal to her, she handles it from that point to do the final processing. If there's anything else that's needed, she'll just let me know we need this. If not, then she just handles any updates.
So let's say if there is a correction that you need to do, how does she come back to you? She calls you or she sends you the...
She'll send an email. If there's usually the only correction would be is if we made a mistake and the VIN number is wrong or something, but I mean, it's pulling the VIN number from DMS, so that would be a whole entered in, wrong stock number. In that case, you got to void out the deal and I guess create a new deal.
Okay.
There's no way. I guess you can amend the deal with the VIN number. Can you amend for VIN number?
For VIN, no. That has to be a void.
Yeah. You can only amend for like owner updating information and stuff like that,
right?
Or update like miles or lien information.
Correct.
Like that, yeah.
Correct. Which we're working on figuring out exactly what is and not able to be amended, which we're learning every day. It's something different.
I think internet might be back up, so let me check it.
And I was just thinking, how often does it happen where you're with a customer and the plate doesn't come up under their customer number? Does that happen a lot?
Hey, did you get internet back yet?
A little bit, sir. I'm working on it.
Because I've heard of that one before.
Yeah.
So I don't know where we're pulling it. Is it just from customer number, or maybe we're pulling it from the customers? I mean, we don't have their social, but
I think right now my understanding is we just pull by the customer number. That's the reason we miss all the records where the customer number is not associated.
Because you get multiple customer numbers.
Yeah. Or the older record did not have the customer number.
Right.
I think we should do like a 2 or 3 prong pull by the name.
Hey, Jess.
This.
Date of birth, address, something. Yeah. Okay, I agree with you on that.
No?
That's important.
Still down?
Yeah, I'm not
I've
getting
seen that
anything
before.
down here. I'm wondering if this is like a dealership wide.
No, I spoke to Daniel, the IT guy. He was checking it out. I tried calling over there to see if it was still down. Let me see if I can get in contact with them. You guys are still down?
I'm down. Antar's mostly down. He says it's coming up little by little, but I'm totally down here.
Okay.
All right.
Let me see if I can find them.
Thanks.
You got it.
Do you have an outlet somewhere over here?
There's one right there.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach it, but I'll try.
So I think I have few things. Also, when you print stuff, right? Do you want something like a quick print where you can configure beforehand? One time you configure saying, I want this 5 forms if it is with trade. I want these 6 things without trade. So you essentially.
Oh yeah. Like so now when you go to download the forms, so you can download them in packages. It's sold and it's trade. So like sometimes you only need to maybe reprint 1 or 2 of the things, and then I just go to custom and then I just select the number I want to print the page, and then it'll print just that page.
Okay.
So that's okay. I don't have any issue with that.
Okay. Cool. Alright. Also, do you have like new F&I people coming in and going out? Like probably people who
we try not to turn over too much, but yeah, I mean, from time to time we do have some new people coming in and out. So.
Okay. And do you think a tutorial kind of thing on the screen will help? Let's say if they have a question, something like Siri that says, "Hey, how can I do this?" So
kind of like a help desk thing, right directly from like a online chat from the system.
Yes.
Someone that can help you versus calling the tech support. That would be good.
Yes.
Because if you're stuck on a deal and you just give them the state ID number or log number or whatever.
Yeah. Something like a smart assistant trying to help you.
Yeah, that will work.
Okay. You also the metal plates that you receive or the tags that you receive. Do you see any problems in the way you get it, or you have some challenges around
I don't receive the bundle of tags here. She gets them, Rachel, and then issues them out.
Okay.
I've noticed she's replaced